So we're here at the Tottenham training grounds. We're just gonna have a look around and then we're gonna get right into training. Here I'm gonna work on my personal favorite, a double body feint. I want it to be exactly how he did it. So I'm gonna put a mannequin right next to me as the first United player. So if you'll notice, when I'm in this point right here, it's high intensity.
Your reaction to it all?
Yeah, it's class. And that's not much else to say there. Who is that?
I had a guesser?
No.
But yeah, it's our main pitch. Sometimes they play it at the training ground. Yeah, as you can tell, it's immaculate.
Yeah. You can't play on this, you can't play anywhere.
Exactly, no excuses.
None.
No excuses.
None at all. It's crazy because you don't think that can be much better, but I bet you the first team is a lot better.
I don't know. I think it's always like you can.
Yeah,
I mean, you can tell someone's either been training on that or there's been a game on there. But the
So
thoughts?
I mean, yeah, we don't have much of this back in the States. We have some clubs that are starting to step it up a little bit with facilities.
He's like had the Brazil national team stay there.
Do they come out and train right here, or they train on the other side?
Yeah, on these pitches.
Okay. So they go through like that pathway.
The England national team, like they're based up at St George's Park, which is like up in the Midlands. So when they come down and play at Wembley and play their home games, they stay there.
Oh, so the rooms must be quality too.
There's 40 rooms down there.
And are they like apartment style, or is it just like big room?
More like a big hotel room, but like it's got every single facility you can be. It's got like changing rooms
like
down
gym,
there,
sauna,
gym, ice bath, like everything it is there.
So we're about to be working with Oliver Skipp, and I'm really excited to share his story a little bit. Being a kid that grew up in this club to make it to that level, you know, I think it's so impressive. It's so great for the next generation of players to see that. They just gave me the kit. Very excited about this. Gonna be repping the Tottenham gear. It's one of the top clubs in the world, you know, so to be here is just, you know, it's really exciting, and it's a beautiful facility. I couldn't believe how well manicured everything is. Is there someone in your life, like mentor-wise, that you would say really contributed to who you are? I'm sure there's many people, but is there like one figure at the club, your dad, whatever it might be, that you feel like when it comes to your technique and your ability that they played a big role?
There's a few. Obviously your parents for your support and off the field stuff. My parents have been brilliant and I'm so lucky to have them. And then on the field there's a couple of coaches that really helped me, I think. People like Justin Cochrane, who I had him first when I was like 9, and then I had him again when I was under 16.
Oh, that's awesome. So you stayed with the club too?
It was so nice, because I had him like when I was like under 10s, 11s, and then he worked his way up through the club, and then I worked, and then I was with him again in the 21s. People like that, who he drove me every day. If I'd come in and somebody would be pushing me, and then it was a good balance. He was always on me about my ball striking, because when I was younger, that was definitely a weakness of mine, like playing longer passes. So he was always on at me with that, and even like after training or something, he'd take me individually and we'd just work for 20 minutes just on that. And there's people like the academy manager here, John McDermott, people like that have been really important for me.
First usage. So we're recreating Skipp's pass, right? So where he gets over the ball. Yeah, this is going to be shared on Instagram, on both my page and Tottenham's page. I'm excited about it. So he has a defender coming in here, and he actually goes under the guy's leg. I want it to be exactly how he did it. So I'm going to put a mannequin right next to me as the first United player. And it was a pretty hefty ball too. I think it was like from far. So we want to go from like right here. That way I'm going to do the volley right there, and it's gonna go on the ground or off the bounce. Yep, that's it. So it's not like right into the ground, it's actually like out. Okay, so I gotta make sure I keep my leg locked. That way it gets out far, because this is not like a low driven ball. This actually is like a half volley or a volley into space. Yeah, so he was talking about keeping his body over. You don't want to be too leaned over, but he was talking about making sure you have some weight over the ball. Obviously keeping your eye on the ball, staying fixated on the ball. He said that he knows where the players are supposed to be, so when he has the ball in the midfield, he knows that there's going to be a winger making that run. And so he saw it out of the corner of his eye, and then once he knew where that was, he only focused on the ball. He kept his eyes down, and then obviously you pick your head up afterwards. You want to make sure that it gets there, but you keep your head down through here, then you look up afterwards. So that's the key to it. Basically, we're going to start with isolations. So first thing, we're going to go right foot only, left foot only, inside, outside, get the touches going. I like to isolate one foot because it helps you keep your balance. Using both feet is a lot easier than using one. So when you isolate it, it helps you improve that individual foot. All right, so now we got the feet warmed up a little bit. We got the blood flowing. We're going to work on some turns and change of direction. First thing we're going to do, inside of the foot cut. So we're coming up to here, inside, outside, and then get up around this cone. And then same thing, but the opposite, outside, inside, and we return back to the gym. And we're gonna alternate feet after every single one. Now it's left foot. Cut back inside of the foot. So we're going into the box, faking like we're playing the ball forward, cutting diagonally back through the gate. Okay, so we're going up through here, fake forward, and cutting out to the side. The important thing is that I'm selling this fake well. So for this one, we're going straight back, straight forward. Starting with the right foot, we're gonna alternate right into left. Okay, so I'm coming up here, right, left. Then we're up to the end, get around the cone, same thing. Right, left, and we're back out. So the important thing is putting your focus and intensity into the actual move itself. So if you'll notice, when I'm in this part right here, it's high intensity. As soon as I finish that second cut and get out, now I tone it down a little bit before I go back into the high intensity over here. So it's focusing on what you're working on, making sure the intensity is right, and the moves are performed at a high speed. Now we're gonna go through some 1v1 moves. And the way we're gonna do this is going into the box at a half speed and then exploding out at a full speed. Now, inside the box is where we make the move, not before, not after. We want to be exiting the move inside the box and then exiting with the touch. Okay, so we're going to go like this on the first one, dribble up, tight touches here, and then explode it out. Here I'm going to work on my personal favorite, a double body feint. Very important to get low, to be diagonal versus side to side. And you want to be leaned over the ball because that will engage the defender. You want to be looking at their feet while you're getting low, dropping the shoulders. So we're going last second. When I'm about to leave the square, I do 2 quick steps. I'm going to accelerate out. All right, last one, what I'm gonna do is enter the box. I'm gonna do a half scissor and explode one way. Then I'm gonna cut it back the other way. So it's gonna be a scissor into a cut. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. I'm coming in here, scissor, cut. and I want to get around that white cone. But the important thing is that I'm facing out here after the move, so then whoever's coming in thinks I'm going this way before I cut back the other way. All right, guys, now we're done with the technical warm-up. Gonna get a quick sip of water. We're back out for the passing. Here we're working on isolating the right foot. We're doing passing with the right foot only, straight into the rebounder here. And I have the mannequin there to kind of give me a reference of where I want to open up. I do not want to receive in towards the mannequin. I want to open up away from the mannequin, okay? Then I'm gonna receive it with my left foot here and go back with the right. Open with the right, pass it with the right, open with the left. Pass with the right. So every pass is with the right foot, and then we're alternating the foot that you receive with. So here we got an alternating passing. We're gonna do one touch, left, right. So we're alternating left, right, left, right. And the important thing is moving side to side and getting all the way past the defender. Because in the moment that the ball is behind the defender, I don't really see it. Now as it comes out, I'm prepared, on my toes, feet are set. For this part, we're working on short pass, receiving, checking over your shoulder, receiving the ball into space, and then we're gonna switch the ball to the other side of the field. So it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna do it slow, check the shoulder, open up into space, and then we're looking for a long ball into that zone there. The goal is to reach that goal in the air. All right, so we got the last drill of the day. Gonna be doing some finishing on goal, some near post, some far post. We're gonna work both sides, and then we're done for the day. So I'm just gonna go slow with these first two defenders. I'm gonna break away with a touch, finish near post. Then I'm gonna jog back, grab another ball. I'm gonna go full speed at the next two mannequins, get to the right side of them, and finish far post across my body. Okay, so it's gonna be like this.
Obviously training at Tottenham was training facilities today. How important do you see that, and how nice has it been what you've been through today?
Yeah, I think actually surprisingly, I don't think it's very important at all from a development standpoint. So when you're talking about younger players, guys who are coming up through the system, I think no matter what surface you train on, you can get as good as you can. I know my dad told me stories of when his parents, one Christmas, they put socks together and gave him that as a ball. And my dad played in 3 World Cups, and so it's like he was training with socks balled up together and kicking that against the wall. And it just goes to show the facilities are an add-on, but it's not everything. And so players work so hard so that they can get to this level and they can work on pitches like this and they can train, because obviously this is the best of the best. But when it comes to developing your game, it's really important to just not think about the externals, like where you're playing, what boots you have, what balls you're using. It's more important to think about, what am I working on today? Why am I working on it? And is that going to move the needle for me? Is that going to get me to where I want to be? So I think obviously it's a pleasure to be here, and the facilities are incredible. But I do think that young players should strive to get here, but there's a journey.